Well, I just, both you and Nicolette, just speak to one thing that I think is fantastic about the whole theater in the Bahamas, the fact that how many plays you have produced and directed without actors having seconds, and they came off. I think it's one of the most outstanding things.
I have never directed a play with an understudy. I have fired people from plays, and I've had to either go in and take the part myself, or find somebody at the very last minute. As you remember, in the second Macbeth, I think we had a day and a half to replace a character. Winston encouraged to fire his godson. Didn't show up to a rehearsal on a Saturday morning for a play that was opening on Tuesday night. And I had to find a replacement for that person. Matthew? Oh. I also had to fire somebody who didn't show up for a part in Of Mice and Men, which I had to go in. Yes, I had to go in and do that part. So no, I don't. You know, never had.
What about Prompters?
No, we don't believe in that.
You don't remember Blood Alley? You didn't.
John Carson and Winston Saunders, Jeannie Thompson throwing the script in the air because no Carson.
Oh, Carson.
Yes.
Oh, they went there. Oh. Who was in it? Winston and John Hester.
John Hester and Winston was in that play. Jeannie Thompson was on book. John and Winston would do lines from page 12, and then they would jump to page 40. And then they'd go back to page 12, and then they'd go to 53. And Jeannie just sat there one night with the loose sheets, and she just threw them in the air. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Winston was a very famous person for lines. There's a story that Winston and I acted together in a production called The Zeus Story. And he plays a very conservative person who's sitting on a park bench with his book. And I play this very deranged character who comes in, and his intention is to commit suicide, but he's hoping that he can get some help in doing this. And I remember rehearsing this production with Winston in his garden in the back. Big, big garden on the side. And I had to do a stage slap. And so I would say, okay, Winston, I'm going to teach you how to do the stage slap. And I would raise my hand, and before my hand even got up here, and he would just move his head. And I said, Winston, you can't move your head until the slap comes down. And I would go up again, and I would do this, and he would just, sometimes I would just do this, and he would just shake his head. So I said, this isn't going to work. He said, look, no problem. Just slap me. I said, you really don't want me to do that? He said, no, listen, we're going to have to work it this way, you just slap me. I said, okay. So we go into the theater, we're doing the production. Clement is in the audience this particular evening. And I'm having this roughing up with Winston, and I'm doing this stuff, and I reach across, and I slap him, and his glasses go flying into the audience, into the front row. These were glasses without any glass in them. They went flying into the front row. And this was an evening of 2 one-act plays. John Traynor was doing the second play, which was Douglas Stern Award's Happy Ending. So Winston and I would do the first play, and then we would go in the dressing room. And so I remember Clement coming backstage after the production. And Winston is there doing okay. And Clement comes back, and Clement says, you were so good. Why you did my friend so hard? And I think for the next month, Winston had pain in his jaw. All right? But I mean, he was a remarkable actor. And a lot of people don't know this because Winston had this thing where if anybody could do something better than him, he wouldn't do it anymore. He used to do this thing, like, I used to go around to the house and he would make these Caesar salads. So I went around and I made one night, and he says, well, I'm not making them anymore. You got to make them every time you come. So he kind of stopped directing for a while. But to get him on stage, he was an incredible performer, an incredible actor. And you know, I think he always regretted that his parents told him there's no way he was going to be going to no acting school. He had to go study law. But that's what he really wanted to do, outside of being one of the most brilliant writers that not just in the Bahamas. I think You Can Lead a Horse to Water stands up in so many places. And at some point in time, the recognition that he deserves will happen.
Yes.
I don't think it's happened yet.
Well, thanks very much, Nicolette and Philip. We've had a wonderful evening, serious, fun, but in all, it's added to the enhancement of the Historic Society. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.